I'm going to fight the system no matter how many resources I have to use. So that's why, to me, when you say it, I understand what you're saying from a hip hop perspective, but from a business perspective, I don't understand why you're not understanding his angle, right? Like, you're not gonna, if somebody, anything that anybody do to you, you're not taking the line down, especially with the new knowledge that you gained over the years. You came up here and said all the time, yo, if I would have read these contracts, if I would have understand what they were doing back there, I would have moved totally different. And then now we have somebody that listens to you, that listened to everybody else and decided to move differently. So I would think that you, not from a hip hop perspective, but okay, I get what you're doing.
What's good? What's good? This is Stiga the podcast. Hey, do me a favor. Subscribe to the channel. Hey, I appreciate all the love and support toda mi gente. I hope you're doing good, taking care of yourself physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, wherever you're at in your life, take care of yourself. Yo, when it's all said and done, what side are you going to be standing on? That's what people are always going to remember. History, right, goes through a whole bunch of changes. Hey, y'all remember that one time 10 years ago? Remember what you said? People will remember. And it stays with them for a long time because now we're paying attention to you. Hey, we love a come up story, don't we? Hey, this person started right here and worked his way up little by little, and finally he broke the cycle and became something. And when people counted him out or counted her out, they proved us wrong. They said, hey, whatever you're going through, if I could do it, you could definitely do it too. The videos that I drop at the very beginning, as you could tell, I always say something that inspires me and I think about, because I know one day, it's going to come real soon. I feel it. It's going to take off like a rocket. And that's all it takes. It just takes that one time and then boom, it just takes off. For people subscribing, liking the video, leaving the comments, and, interacting with each other. Am I saying that this might be my only way out? Who knows? Who knows? All I know is that I got to be consistent. I got to stay disciplined. Days I don't want to do this, I still got to show up. And I got to say my piece. People might not agree with it. Some people might get upset about it. But at the end of the day, I'm doing what I'm destined to do. And this is what I put my mind to. And if it takes me to levels I've never seen in my life, trust me, I'm going to buckle up. But what I mean by, what side are you standing on? There was a time that I used to listen to this artist, and then it gave me a different perspective of certain things and how it works in the industry. And I said, wow, man, this man went through it. But he still produced great music. And he showed me at that time that no matter what happens, you can still continue. When all your chips are down, your cards ain't what you think they are, you still can make it happen. And y'all probably like, who you speaking about, bro? Joe Budden. Let's have this conversation, man. It's been long overdue. And I was a fan of new musics. The music, the whole catalog. I loved it, man. What a moment in hip hop. The mixtape. Are you in the mood yet? That second one is always on replay, man. But in those mixtapes, Joe Budden said some things that got my attention. How Jay-Z will hold him back. How, there was times that he had to go to court for certain things and clearing samples and all these good things about the industry, right? Now, Joe Budden is not in the same position he was years back. He's definitely elevated the podcast world and went a whole different direction. I don't even think the man does music anymore. In respect to him, I'm not here downplaying him like he wasn't a successful artist. I think that he played his impact, did his movement, and it got the attention of a lot of people. But it's crazy how easy they forget, right? When the money piles up and you like, man, I ain't worried about nobody else but me. And if he created this platform, that Joe Budden podcast, salute to him. And he took it to another level by himself, right? But he had to dabble a little bit, right? He had to tap into it. He did other ones, Complex and all this other stuff. And finally, we got the Joe Budden podcast. But this is where it comes down to my conclusion, right? And y'all probably like, bring it home, bro. Why you mad at Drake for? Isn't that the purpose of getting in the industry? Eventually being able to be free? You did your job. You did what you're supposed to do. And after that, take it to another level. If it has to be by yourself, or pay me what I'm worth. And that's what I'm looking at with the lawsuit. It got dismissed. But for some reason, I feel like this ain't the end of it. A lot of people are going to say, Drake, man, let it go. Let it go. Not like us, did some damage to you. Apparently, you can't let it go. But maybe we're looking at it from a small point of view. We're looking at it from a Kendrick Lamar versus Drake, while really we need to look at the overall picture. And Joe Budden, to me, what I don't get is that a person that has constantly went against the machine now is kind of sort of in a way with the machine. You can't speak of certain topics, can't say certain things. What happened to that, are you in the mood yet? Attitude. Because for the longest, you were against the machine and you didn't like Jay-Z. You didn't like certain things that were going on in the industry. And if Drake feels the same way because he's looking at, okay, I was in the middle of negotiations and I started watching certain things. Let's just say he noticed a few things and it, didn't give him too much awareness, but he's like, okay, cool. But he jumped into this beef with Kendrick Lamar, and now we're going to skyrocket Kendrick Lamar. Knowing the value I done brought to this industry, this is the way you're going to treat me. You're going to slander my name, put a stain in my jacket. Now you got people accusing him of certain things. And look, whatever Drake has done, look, it will come to the light. Anything that's done in the dark will eventually come to the light. Same goes with Kendrick Lamar if he put hands on his woman. But what I don't understand is why some individuals that were against the machine and what they put out there are kind of sort of with it now. When it's said and done, what are people going to remember? What side of the fence did you stand on? What did you really represent? What got you to that position, that hunger, not being a fraud and playing both sides of the field? It got you there because you realize, hey, I don't like things are going. I don't like the way things are going right now at this moment. I feel like I need to make a change. And you tapped into something else. And it took hard work, dedication, discipline, the same thing that it took when you were doing music. But my only thing with Joe Budden at this moment is when you see his podcast, people are no longer there. They're fighting each other. I'm just like, what are you trying to portray now? Because the inspiration that we got from Joe Budden in the music was completely different to what he does in these podcasts now. And I don't know, y'all let me know, because I think that what usually happens is when money gets involved and you just got to trace where the money's coming from. Wherever that money's coming from and whoever's providing that money is putting the battery on these people's back, and you're limited of what you could say. I don't know, man. I don't know. There's a reason why Drake is still going at it, man. And we might be, oh man, Drake, he's living his best life, man. But at what point does the industry, right? The industry give value back to their artists? We've seen it time and time again from Prince, 50 Cent, even Tupac. I'm talking about contracts after contracts that don't look right, TLC, and you're looking at it like, if it wasn't for these artists, there wouldn't be a record label. And I've always thought about it like this. How come these artists, once they get a certain amount of money, they gather up and say, you know what, let's create something so we could have something for ourselves? I think there was a point in time where I think it was Jay Prince, Suge Knight. I just can't remember the third, but I want to say Master People. It was somebody else that was supposed to start a record label. It didn't come to the light. And I think it was because one of the person was like, no, I'm good. I can't remember. But all I'm saying is, when did Joe Budden become part of the system? When he was against the system for so long. Queen's Flip said at the beginning, I don't know how old that footage is. I'm starting to think like, bro, y'all keep going with this narrative. Like, it's bad that Drake is doing this. Why? If y'all were in his position, what would y'all do? I don't know. Let me know, man. Am I tripping? What do y'all think about Joe Budden now? Is he part of the plant, part of the industry, or is he still going against the machine? Y'all let me know in the comments, man. But do me a favor. Subscribe to the channel. Si te gusta lo que mira, press like. Share this video on your social media platforms. Drop a comment in the comment section. I'm always interacting with me, hand through the side. Hit the notification bell to get notified. Visit the website, r2drec.com. And always remember, have peace in your heart. Have faith. Never give up. All right. One. What's good? What's good? This is Stico. Hey, do me a favor, man. Somewhere on here, you get a chance to check out my other channel. I release all my music there. We have a lot of music coming out this year. Y'all definitely don't want to miss out. Do me a favor as well. Check out the website, r2drec.com. Purchase your merchandise. Let's keep this moving going. Thank you for all the love and support, and thank you for being patient with me. Hey, let's get it this year. All right. One.